Welcome to the Technologadget podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Holt, and we have our guest again this week, Casey Smith. So let's go on and talk about what happened on This Week in Tech. Hey guys, what's up? I hope you're having a great week. And some great news happened this week. After 10 months of delay by Apple and, the mythical unicorn of the tech world, is the white iPhone 4 launched today, and today is April 28th, in case you didn't know. And all around the world, people actually in Beijing are lining up for this white iPhone 4. Why people are doing this, I am very unsure. Why you would line up for a white iPhone 4, because this exact same phone in a different color has been out for 10 months. But, who am I to be biased against those people who are doing that? But personally, if you're thinking about getting one, I would definitely wait and see what Apple does this June and see if it is worth waiting. Next thing is, I don't know if I did this week, but I'm pretty sure that last week we reported on the question and answer that Apple posted about the bug tracking that Apple did this week. Last week we reported on it. This week they did a Q&A about it. And Apple's saying that most of this is a bug, that they've been, just tracking everybody as a bug. It's a bug that's an unencrypted file. It's a bug that it's been tracking so much. And they're trying to build a crowdsourced traffic database. So this is pretty much what I took it as a traffic thing. And Casey, I just noticed that you haven't said anything, because I've been probably hogging all the light. So is there anything you'd like to say?
No, that's all right.
Anything you'd like to say?
No, not really.
Not really? Not about the privacy concerns in this and how Apple's got to testify in front of Congress over this or nothing like that?
Well, I think Apple's just doing it to track everybody. It's just so they can get an idea of where the most popular tower
They said they were doing it for a crowdsourced traffic database. So they're trying to build a setup where, maybe in the future they have some kind of traffic service out there, compete against Google.
That's what I heard. I forgot.
And what Apple said in the Q&A is they're trying to make it better for customers. I don't know if making a privacy concern actually helps customers in the long run, personally.
Yeah.
That's just me there. So, moving on. iMacs are rumored, or some new iMacs are rumored for next week. I would expect Sandy Bridge processors with Thunderbolt. And Casey, you're the hardware guy I know of, so anything else you'd expect maybe I would have with this, USB 3 maybe?
Yeah, probably USB 3. I heard about that Thunderbolt, probably be using that.
I'm pretty sure they'll have Thunderbolt, actually, positive on that one.
Yeah.
And, let me just say that I disagree with you about the USB 3 thing, because all these vendors have been very slow to adopt USB 3, and I know of very few drives out there that actually support it. I actually doubt that Apple will be embracing USB 3. Maybe in 2011 or 2012 they'll embrace it, but I don't see them embracing it this year, personally.
Well, obviously, adopting USB 3.0 will be slow, but surely there will be a lot more adoption going on with USB 3.
I would hope so, because USB 3 is pretty fast, but Thunderbolt's faster, though, so,
Yeah.
But I hope that the same thing doesn't happen to Thunderbolt, like with USB 3, where nobody's using it. Thunderbolt, I think, is a really great technology. When you're looking at 10 gigabits per second, transfer rate, that's very impressive. So I hope that it's more embraced widely.
Yeah.
Personally, because because you can stream 10 uncompressed HD videos from a hard drive to say your Mac or whatever, because it eventually will be for the PC. So
yeah.
The next thing I have on my list here is this. I thought it was so funny, and this is ridiculous. It's rumored that Apple's cloud service will be called iCloud, and I just think this is the most ridiculous thing ever. Apple will not name their service iCloud. I think that's just a little bit over the top there. So I don't see that personally.
Well, it says right here, we are pleased to announce that iCloud is now CloudMe.
Yeah.
During our celebration.
Yeah, well, that was from the company that owned the name iCloud, and they suddenly changed it to CloudMe. So the thought is that Apple, bought that name from them maybe, or something to that extent. And so I'm not exactly sure how that is, but I think that maybe Apple just bought the name, maybe just to have it, but I'm not sure. Or
I think
maybe they didn't buy it at all. Maybe some other company did. We have no idea. There's other companies that make products with the I in the front. Example is iHome. They're not made by Apple, but they have I in the name. So next thing I have here. Next thing I have here is the rumored iPhone 5. Thisismynext.com, which is a really great website run by some former Engadget editors, had a mock-up of what they said what the iPhone 5 was going to be. And it's supposed to be kind of like the MacBook Air, where it's kind of slanted, so it gets thicker as you get to the top and thinner as you get to the bottom. And truly, the mock-up's not very good. The future, when we see the product itself, will actually, it'll look much better, I would think. But it's a very interesting idea, and so I'm very torn. And whether it'll be a small update, like the iPhone 4GS or something like that, or the iPhone 4S, or if it'll be, like a major update to the iPhone 5. So I'm very torn in that. So, any thoughts on that, Casey?
Well, obviously I don't have a whole lot of thoughts on iPhone because I don't have one for that matter. But no.
Something really quick here that I just want to touch on, which is my next thing here, is that a Fring announced group video chat this week for iOS, which I find very interesting. And that's a very complex task, I think, doing group video chat, like on a mobile device, because not only are you sending out your video feed to multiple people, you're receiving video feeds from multiple people. I'm pretty sure the quality's not that great, no, so that's just something that we'll have to expect. But that's a very complex task, so that really shows how far we're coming in phone technology, considering a few years ago you couldn't even do a video chat at all at one point.
Yeah.
So I think that's showing a real testament of how far we come.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, that will be kind of cool. Hopefully Skype will jump on that bandwagon here soon. Next thing I have here is that T-Mobile shut down their bobsled program, which we actually reported on last week, because bobsled, was that service where you could do video chat with inside Facebook. T-Mobile shut that down because Facebook told them to, pretty much, because it confused them with it confused consumers with the real Facebook chat. So supposedly they'll be reworking it and making it better. And I just found it so funny that they didn't really do that much thinking about it, because it looks so much like Facebook chat. I don't know what they were thinking, but anyway, that's just ridiculous. But and if this service will probably survive, probably not. Once AT&T and T-Mobile merger goes through, AT&T will probably drop it, and this will be the end of it. So I don't know why T-Mobile's really developing this, to be honest. I would leave this to a third party. So, next, one thing that I'm really excited about that I know Casey's not, but I am, is that Hulu Plus for the Xbox 360 is coming tomorrow, April 29th, which I'm very excited about that because, Hulu Plus is great, I think. And if you get it for the Xbox 360, and I believe if you have Xbox Gold, you get like a week for free or something, which is great. So I'm really excited about that. It's just I like Hulu Plus. It's pretty cool. You can watch all kinds of episodes of, tons and tons of net worth, and it's just great. And I really like the guys. And the guys over at Hulu are really nice too, by the way. I've talked to them, so they're great. The next thing I have for you guys is YouTube is supposedly going to be making a video-on-demand service, which YouTube already has this kind of renting thing going on where, there's some indie films you can rent and watch from YouTube. But, nothing, feature film-wise. Supposedly, YouTube is going to be coming in and making a video-on-demand service kind of to compete with Netflix, I think, kind of to compete with Hulu, just kind of to compete in general. And it's going to be very interesting to see how that works out for them, actually. And, honestly, I don't think YouTube and Google need their heads and anything else. But if that's something that Google wants to try on, more power to them. But I don't see this succeeding, honestly, since these companies that make this content, what I'm seeing is that, they don't even work with Netflix, and much less Google. They don't want to work with Netflix. They want to make their own website with their own content, and then they can charge you without having to give any money to Netflix on this. That's what I would just expect from that. The next thing in here is, and I don't have a lot of information on this, unfortunately, is that Yahoo sells Delicious, which is very interesting. Now, I never personally used Delicious, but I think it's a bookmarking service. Yahoo bought it a few years ago. Never really had direction for the company, and it's kind of like Viacom. When they purchased MySpace, had no direction for the company, and now it's going under. So that's what happens. So we'll just have to see how that works out for them. So hopefully Delicious can get back up, because Delicious at one time was really popular, and now they're not, pretty much. So,
yeah.
Anything to add to that, Casey?
No.
No, you don't have anything to add, do you? Okay, next thing I have here is T-Mobile's G2X will be getting gingerbread soon, which I think is great. It's about time that they do this, and it really upsets me in the fragmentation that they have in the market of Android phones. It just really aggravates me. I don't want to go on a big rant about this, but it's things like this. People get excited about a 0.1 update, so from 0.2 to 0.3. That it's really aggravating to me. But this update We'll be bringing, well, sorry, no, never mind. This update won't be bringing much anything, but it will be bringing Gingerbread to that device. And 2.3.4 will be coming to the Nexus S soon. Also, I don't have this on my notes. I'm going to remember off the top of my head. But the Google Nexus S will be getting the Android 2.3.4 update soon, which will bring e-talk video chat to the front-facing camera, which, like I said, is something else that Google is doing now. So, anything to add on that one, Casey?
And as part of the Android 2.3.4, they're supposed to be adding over-the-air updates. So, over the next few weeks, as part of an Android 2.3.4 over-the-air update.
I thought that Android already had over-the-air updating, so that's what I thought. Okay, so you just got that mixed up. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but over the next few weeks, it will be an over-the-air update. So if you have a Google Nexus S, be looking out for that. Or a Samsung Nexus S, which is the pure Google phone. So whatever you want to call it, you can go by that.
All right.
The thing I'm excited about is that Nintendo has said that they will be releasing a new Wii next year, which I would definitely expect to be an HD Wii. I'm pretty sure they'll be showing it off at E3. And I'm very excited. Finally, Nintendo is doing something. It really upsets me that Nintendo let themselves fall behind this far. They just kind of sat around and watched their sales drop as more people had them. And all they did was drop the price of the Wii, and of course they sold more. And I actually hope that Nintendo doesn't discontinue the Wii that we have now. And why I say this is because the components for this are just going to get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. And, I think now it's down to like $150 or maybe $200, $150.
Yeah.
And that's a really great price point for gaming. And the games are pretty cheap also, so I think that YouTube, that we, or Nintendo, whatever this company is called, Nintendo really needs to stick with that. I really think that's a great model for them, so hopefully they won't be abandoning that format or anything, or that console. But we'll just have to wait and see. So, hopefully the next Wii will have high definition, hopefully with HDMI, because it would be terrible if they only did component, which just sounds something like Nintendo would do off the top of my head. We're doing HD, but it's not HDMI, it's just component cabling, which is an analog signal. That's beside the point. So this is the Technologadget podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe to the Technologadget YouTube channel and the Logically Technology channel. And we're actually having a iPhone 4 giveaway coming on, so please make sure to go to that. I believe it is on the Logically Technology channel. I'm not sure. I get all kinds of confused here in different channels. But I really encourage you guys to vote for that. The link will be in the description for that. So thank you guys so much for watching. And hope you guys listen to the next podcast coming next week. See ya.